Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Look at my hair right now. What is happening here? Welcome back to some more You Got Serbed here in Europa Universalis 5. Let me make sure I didn't break everything. Hello, me. Hey, right back at you, buddy. All right. We are back. We are back. So, after a pretty good morning session today, hey, we are back for a night session of EU5. I haven't been able to do a night session of EU5 in quite some time. First week back. So let's get it going. So, what are we doing? Well, so lately we've been saying our next goal is to get our land back from Bulgaria. However, in the morning session, I realized we're going to kind of change the order that we're going to do things. Hey, Radical Anarchist, hello, hello. Hey, Ham and the Fam Cuts. I like that, the Fam Cuts. Welcome, welcome, Fam Cuts. How you doing? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. So I realized something. One, we can still utilize our alliance with Bulgaria, but also we are pushing spiritualists. So we'll get less antagonism by attacking people who aren't Orthodox, and we will get more antagonism by attacking people who are Orthodox. We do have to go after the Ottomans. We mainly need this little piece of land right here, but we might as well take all this. So we're going to actually first go after the Ottomans, bring Bulgaria in as our ally. Once we do that, then we're really going to start pushing for humanist, because then that kind of flips. We get less antagonism by attacking people who are Orthodox, because we need to attack Bulgaria and the Byzantines. So first order of business is going after the Ottomans, which, you know, the Ottomans are doing Ottoman things here. So it's going to be quite a something to go after them. Doing pretty well. Been a bit of a rough week. Oh no, but I'm finally bouncing back from it. Nice, that's good to hear. Nice that you're bouncing back. Yeah, it's tough to have weeks like that. Well, for one thing, it's Thursday and the week's almost over. So there's also that. But glad you're here then. Glad you're here. Hopefully I can give you some escapism, you know? So let's clean up what we have going on here. Get those things out of the way. We got decent budget going here. We have a decent budget going here. I want to get one more heavy cavalry built before we go to war. We're going to need 459. And we do have enough manpower to do it. That will give us 3,900, and then, you know, we could always use an extra supply cart here to hold on to more food. And that'll give us an even 4,000 standing army soldiers, even though, you know, the supply carts aren't really gonna fight for us, but that extra food might help us. So it'll give us, well, we'll be a little bit short of what their standing army is. Now, they have 37,000 levies, which we do not have. But we do have Bulgaria as an ally. So they have that. They have a lot of standing army. Have you ever had issues with GeForce Now not recognizing your DLCs? Oh, I decided to try it out for some other games. But I tried to play. So I tried to play Vicky 3 on it the other day, but it wouldn't recognize that I have the Great Wave DLC, even though they're all fine when I play local. So, I don't know if this will help, but I do notice when I play Vicky 3 on GeForce Now, when you first load into the Paradox launcher, I find I always have to give it a moment to download stuff. There are certain DLCs, I forget which ones, but when you load into the Paradox launcher, a lot of the DLCs are already up there, but some of them are still downloading. And if you click play before they finish downloading it into your session, you'll start without them. So usually what I do is before I click play, I click on the DLC option on the launcher to see what's in there. And if you don't have everything in there, you just kind of wait a moment. And you can see on the bottom part of the Steam window, when you're in the GeForce Now thing, you'll see what's downloading. So that might be it, because that always happens to me. I'm always so annoyed when I load into a GeForce Now session and I just, without thinking, immediately click play, and I don't get everything in there. Although that hasn't happened to me with the Great Wave, but there are other DLCs. I can't remember which ones now, though. All right, so we are a little outnumbered here. Yeah, no worries, my friend. I hope that's what it is. I hope that fixes it for you. Yeah, so we're still gonna be just a little bit weaker than them, because they have these guys on their side. But even if they didn't... Well, no, if they didn't, we would be fairly matched. So I wonder if I can break these guys up. All right, so it's time then to get... I thought I had a spy network going, but I suppose not. So we'll do that, and then I think we are ready to go. I'll have to give EU a try soon. I haven't played it since I rounded out my PDX collection. Yeah. Yeah, if you haven't played it, definitely give it a try. I mean, you know, it's a Paradox game, so whenever you try a Paradox game for the first time, there's a... You always have that... I don't know, I want to come up with a term for it, that whenever you start a new Paradox game, that initial... You load into the screen and you're just bombarded with all this unfamiliar information. That kind of, like, Paradox shock. That's what I'll call it. That Paradox shock. You load into a Paradox game for the first time and are bombarded with info. But it's still worth it. Definitely worth it. Alright, so we're waiting to get up to what? 459. 459. Okay. Can we lower... Oh, we can lower cost of court. We do need some diplomatic spending. I'd like to have at least 0.05 going. Stability. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. So not bad. We're at a plus 10.97 ducats there. That's not bad, not bad. Okay. I feel like the game is lagging on me. You know, yeah, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, well, I guess you can't really tell, but I can tell from when I'm moving my mouse that it's going slow. Huh, weird. Alright. I suppose I should bring maybe some of the graphics options down, but I haven't had to do that in the past. But these new patches that they've released has definitely slowed the game down for me a little bit. Even coming back to Vicky 3 after not playing for a minute was a bit overwhelming. Yeah. I still have that feeling when I load up Hearts of Iron 4, because I don't play Hearts of Iron 4 regularly. I will go months on end but without playing it, and then like every like couple of months, maybe like every 3, maybe 4 months, I'll be like, let me load this up again. And then yeah, the UI, the information, always like, man, I forgot everything about this game. And then I'll relearn everything, and that'll be the point where I'm like, okay, I'm good now. I'll come back to it in 6 months. I need to get more into that game. Yeah, what am I saying? I need more time. I need more time in my day than I can. So I think we can do more marketplaces. I probably should be doing market villages, because we don't get maintenance costs on these guys. We only get you only get 0.1 trade capacity, so you need 10 of these to equal what you get with a marketplace. But you don't pay any maintenance on these guys. So, you know, there's that. Those who handle large sums of money have always been tempted to claim more than their fair share of it, and tax collectors are no exemption. However, while we can afford some money being lost along the way, affluent citizens have recently found that they can avoid some taxes altogether by paying large bribes to taxmen instead. Currently, this scheme seems to be supported by some of the older collectors who are trying to retire comfortably. Yeah, you know, that makes sense. While tacitly allowing this practice is costly, we might be able to avoid spending time and effort on a detailed investigation and instead just wait it out. Yeah, that always works when it comes to politics. Do nothing and just wait it out, you know? Yep. Ooh. Yeah, that's a lot of money. Nope, we're going to investigate. We'll lose 5 legitimacy. There we go. 0.05 will go up. All right. I'll probably try Crusader Kings and Europa Universalis first, though. Mostly because I'm just a bit more familiar with them from catching streams and occasional tutorials. Nice, nice. Yeah. Yeah, Crusader Kings is so much fun. I used to play a ton of that game. And then I discovered Victoria 3. Oh yeah, oof, the lag is strong tonight. Yeah, it is, right? I can set, even on my, I'm waving my hand here. You know, my streaming software, I feel like it's a little, what is happening? Hey, Jabba, what's up, my friend? Hello, how you doing? Let me look at my task manager here. Actually, I'm looking at my stats here. I'm not utilizing a lot of my CPU. Like 20% of it. Only 44% memory. I don't know what's taking I don't know what's lagging my computer here. Yeah, let me do this. God, that's what I hate about Windows. As somebody who uses both Mac and Windows. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Can you guys see? Oh, that's interesting. Sorry everybody for the zooming in and out. I'm doing this because on it's my monitor. When I zoom in and out, it's like all jerky like crazy. But on my OBS here, it doesn't. Okay, I'm gonna stop doing that. I'm sorry, everybody. That's gotta be the worst thing to watch on stream. Apologies. Honestly, I can't wait for the CK3 DLCs. Me too. Are you kidding? Adding trade to Crusader Kings? Ooh, man. That is going to be wonderful. All right. I think I'm going to have to restart the game here, guys. So, I'm going to exit out. And then we're going to restart it. But I'll still be here. But yeah, the Crusader Kings DLC's coming is going to be wonderful. I am really excited for that that trade DLC that they have. My connection is crap at work, so I know that's contributing on my end. Yeah. It's not on my end though. Oh man, I think this is gonna make the stream stall for a second. Anytime you load up EU5. All right, we're just loading back in, everybody. Also, I totally feel you on Windows. Eventually, I'll put the work in to actually switch to Linux. Yeah, I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Yeah. I want to try Linux at some point. I never have. I'm mainly a Mac person, I'll be honest. And then I built this PC for gaming. Although I do a lot of gaming on my Mac. But I mean, so obviously there's just, there's more games that work on PC. Though, interestingly, in the grand strategy genre, a lot of stuff is also on Mac. Hooked on Windows like a toxic relationship. Yeah, seriously. Before I built this computer, I hadn't used Windows in over a decade. There's quite a few Windows versions I completely missed. Like, so I built this computer and I have Windows 11 on it. The last Windows operating system I used before that was Windows XP. So whatever all the Windows are from XP to now, I missed all of those. All right, this is working a lot better on my end. Oh. One of the greatest and richest merchant families in the Kingdom of Serbia have decided to reward us for our just rule with a sizable donation. As well-respected traders who built their fortune from commerce, the family has developed a reputation as generous patrons of religion and the arts. Now, with this newfound wealth, we can strengthen our coffers or give patronage to new talents. One artist, Milorad Katramanik, has begun to achieve some renown in local circles, and claiming his services could be quite the boon for our court. So we get 15 prestige, and he moves to our court. He's got a lot of artist skill. Or we get this money. Well, how many artists do we have? None. Well, we're almost at what we need for the military thing. Yeah, let's get him. We can use... We'll take the artist. Do we not get him? Wait. Current role artist. There are currently 0 artists in our country. We could pay to hire up to 1 artist if we had fewer than that. But more could come to our country, blah, blah, blah. So one of the things in this game I haven't explored as much are artists. I don't understand why. Is he not hired? Oh. Okay. I don't know what that was about. Okay. Monthly literacy. Excellent, excellent. So what are we researching now? Okay. Are we... Oh yeah, we're still researching here. Yeah, we don't have any of the institutions yet. So are we all on meritocracy now? Yeah. Yeah, so we're moving through there. All right, I should start trying to get some of these. I've heard it's easier to make the jump to Linux from Mac, since Mac OS is based on a Linux kernel. Yeah, or at least it was in the past. I'm not sure how. I feel like it would be. Like I said, I haven't used Linux, but I have seen the UI, and I've seen like videos of people using it. It looks like it would be similar. It looks like it. You know, I should just create like a partition on here. Give it a go. See what it's like. Yeah, gaming first, so I was hesitant. See, that's the thing, is that the main computer I use for like work and life and everything is my Mac laptop. I built this for gaming. So like, and I've already paid for Windows. So I feel like I should just stick with Windows on this machine. But someday, just out of curiosity, I will put Linux on here and give it a go. Alright, alright. We're almost to where we need to be. 464, so we're almost there. Where are we with our values here? We're moving ever so slightly to plutocracy, but that's okay. We're only 5 into aristocracy, so nobles' power and cost of court have gone down, which is great. Let's see, what else do we want? Oh, yes, we're moving toward capital economy. Oh, we're almost into centralization, which is good. Oh no, we bring sad news. Margarita Kletskas has died at the age of 57, and she was our ruler's mother and courtier in the Kingdom of Serbia. A sudden illness took her late royal highness from us too early. Aww. And then a second cousin. How many siblings do I still have here? Okay. Oh yeah, and then my kids. So we do have an heir here. He's 5. Okay. 464. We're almost there, right? Oh, we can do it. All right. What's this? Oh, I got 464.91. Okay, fine. Military access request for Warside. Gubbio asking for military access. Who's this? Oh, Gubbio, these guys. What war are they in? They're in a war with Naples. Why the hell do they need military access from us? Sure, if you're fighting Naples, go for it. We could use some more tools. Now, we can't build anymore in our capital. But we've now got this town. Oh yeah, what should I do? What should I make them here? Oh, monthly manpower. Yeah, we might want to do that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's make this a fortress town. Right. We need to hire that up. Here we go. The Tools Guild. How much will it cost us? 22? All right, let's do it. And now we can make our heavy cavalrymen. Excellent. Yeah, so we'll be able to put this guy in here. We'll put the other guy, we'll put this new one on the wing there. Windows, he made backup images of his drive each week and said anytime he was concerned about it, he could just dump it, since most common viruses that might affect the computer would be entirely... Oh, wait. Oh, I'm reading... Sorry. I'm reading like the middle of something. When I was a comp sci major and one of my profs told us the most effective hack for antivirus was not to use any of the software sold for it, but rather to use a Linux OS than run a virtual machine with contained... Oh, within the virtual machine, Windows. Oh! He made backup images of his drive each week and said anytime he was concerned about it, he'd just dump it, since most common viruses that might infect the computer would be entirely... Oh, yeah. You know, that's kind of... I mean, so that's one of those things that's like... Oh, we lost our general. That's one of those things that does make sense, but it does seem like a lot of work. It certainly seems like a lot of work. I will say that. Yeah, or you could, you know, just run a Mac or Linux computer and not have to do any of that. All right. So first off, this is going to be the first army. Now, we're not going to put our ruler, even though it would be nice. Ooh, look at this guy. Born to the saddle. Yeah, we'll put this guy there. What do we got? We got 9 more of those guys. This would just take 2. 87. Okay, so we don't have enough yet, but we will eventually. Wait, why did this go back down to 90? I don't remember what I did. Well, damn. You know, our income has gone down considerably here. I mean, I did just expand the military. All right, so 87. So when we get up to 87, we'll build those, and then we'll go back to building stuff. Oh yeah, we are building this tooling guild, so that's good. Ooh, getting us more logging. Good job, guys. And sand. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. So what should we move into next? Let's look at our economy here. What are we importing the most? Oh, nice. Legislative efficiency, bureaucratic maintenance efficiency. Okay. Yeah, saffron. Oh, we got something with saffron. Oh, but it's all hired up. Okay. Yeah, we got nothing else for it, so... Yeah, cloth. Yeah, we really do just need more cloth, huh? It is below base price. Let's see, what are we doing here? Silk. Wait, so who is importing it? You know, I probably should try to get more people into this market here. Yeah, Mac does have the advantage on security. I'm just too stubborn to learn a new UI and too broke to afford the price tag. I know, right? That is true. I need a new laptop right now, a more powerful one. And it is true that, like, Macs are more expensive. The thing I always say about them is, I feel like back in the day when I had PC laptops, I was having to replace them quite, you know, usually like every 3 years. I guess, too, I wasn't buying very powerful laptops because I didn't have the money, but every Mac laptop I've had has lasted me like 7 to 10 years, which is kind of crazy. So I will say they're more expensive, but they do last longer. Now, there is the gaming aspect to it, but you know, I feel like now with things like Crossover and GeForce Now, it's not as much of an issue. Though I will say this, now that I've really gotten into like streaming and stuff, I have thought about maybe going back to a PC laptop. I don't know. At this point too, I've had a Mac for so long, having a PC laptop would just be kind of cool to have something new. For me, PC is new. All right. All right. Oh, here we go. Okay. So let's get our guys. Yeah. This way we stop starving. Out in the field. It'll give us an even 4K of standing army. And now... So this new town that we built... Yeah, we can work to just get more of this. Oh, no, we can't. We've built up all we can. All right. So, what more? Yeah, I can just do more of these guys and get some kind of free trade out of it. But yeah, they're not going to bring much income, though. You know what? What would be like... Yeah, the Jewelers Guilds. Oh, I can build one more here. Look at that income. But look at that. Look at that income. We could destroy a building here. What's like a very unprofitable building? Well, that's not fair to that one. Oh, what do we got here? We can feel it in the wind. Soon, our equestrian elite will be nothing more than a dream to be remembered. As the chivalrous tradition dies out before the onslaught of modernity. The world is changing, but for now, for one last time, let the Knights of Serbia ride. Okay. We gain the last jousting tournament for 20 years. Oh, look at this. We can get some prestige. That's nice. Oh. Damn, but we lose a whole bunch of money, so we'll go into debt. But for 20 years we get all this stuff. I think it's worth the debt. We'll do this. Yeah, that's fair, and that's mostly just comparable hardware. I was fortunate that my dad built ours growing up. Oh, nice. And I also don't have build my own PC money anymore. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have that money anymore because I built my own PC. Now I don't have any build PC money anymore. Plus, a lot of people I knew that had Macs did art music stuff. Yeah. Which I have been better at for a long time. And the security was also relevant for now. It's a little more even since each has kind of compensated for some of the old disadvantages. Yeah. I don't begrudge anyone sticking with what they're familiar with, whichever that is. Yeah. Exactly. So, like, I do a lot of content creation. I use Premiere, Adobe Premiere for video editing. And so I use it on both this PC, and my Mac laptop. And to be quite honest, I really don't see a big difference on either of them. Ooh, we are over the building cap here. So we really do need to get rid of something. Yeah, this one's pretty good. Yeah, the Potter's Guild. Not so much. All right, so we'll get rid of that. But I would like to build one more Jeweler's Guild here. So I would like to get rid of something. Maybe not, maybe not. Yeah, the Mason... I might destroy the Mason here, because I can build that somewhere else. But I want this Jeweler's Guild. Okay. So we'll get rid of that. We'll build the jewelry thing there. And then where else can we build the Mason? Because we have a good amount of that going. I don't want that to go down. Oh, hey, DeWolfie, what's up? What's up, my friend? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome back. How's it going? Yeah, I mean, this would just be totally unprofitable, so maybe not. All right. So what else can we do here? Yeah, it's saying the gunsmith. I don't know why this would be so profitable. Like, are we missing firearms? No, we have a surplus. We're not importing any of it. I don't get why it's saying this will be so profitable. Oh, the build gravel road cost. Excellent. Yeah, look at that. It's saying it would be profitable here, but not so much everywhere else. Oh, well, here it would be. I am doing fine. Gonna have coffee and wake properly. Nice, nice, nice. Morning coffee. Oh man, I just love it. I'm such a coffee drinker, so I love it. Oh, do we have no horses coming in? Okay. So it is estimating I would make a good amount of money from this. Requirements not met. Oh. So yeah, the places we can build it. Not so much. Okay. So this is not the thing we need. A tannery. So we'll do one of those. What's our road network looking like here? Unmotivated. Oh, this is one of our cabinet members. Efficiency of our cabinet. All right, we gotta change this guy. That bum. Yeah, we could build that road. We don't really... It's not a priority, though. Let's take a look at that cabinet guy, because it is going to cost us some money, I think, to get rid of that guy. Oh, this guy's corrupt. Boo to you, buddy. Alright, let's go with this guy. You know what I think something I probably should start doing. Yeah, I don't have any crown people. I would love to put them in the positions. Oh yeah, let's do this. Oh yeah, what's going on here? We got quite a bit of crown points. Damn. We're not going to be able to get a good casus belli on them. Well then, who's our ally? Yeah. Let's sabotage their reputation with these guys. We'll do that. Yeah. Not enough crown people. Have more kids. I know, right? It pains me to say it, though, but... So I have my heir, but the rest of my kids are daughters, so they're going to be married off to other people. That's why I was looking at my siblings here, but it's the same thing. For some reason, this Nemanjic line, everybody has tons of daughters and one son. And the problem is when you marry off a daughter, you know, they don't stay as crown people. And so their kids aren't. Ah, there's a new Sultan of Egypt. Could use a new bay here. Oh, yeah, you know, I would also like to do... We need more universities. We have 2 at the moment. So we need to get to 219. But we also... Let me keep up with, like... Books were good, but I think paper was the thing we needed. No, we're good on paper. Wow. Birth rate crisis. I know, right? At least within the crown people. That's the official name of them, by the way, the crown people. Oh, okay. I guess I see why it keeps saying firearms here, the gunsmith. We're importing some of them. So sure, we'll build one here. How much does... you get about 1 unit here. Yeah, and we're good here on the building stuff. Ah, we got a saber. Okay, hopefully we get something good here. Coastal Trading Post Network. Artist guilds. Sure. Institute Canonical Law. Oh, you get monthly control out of it. But it will bring us further towards spiritualist. Oh, yeah. Hey, man, Morocco kind of got destroyed. Sad match. I don't like that type of soccer. Yeah, I know. That was kind of disappointing. You know, Jack was pointing this out on the World Cup channel we have on the Hamcord, that they were playing defensively and they shouldn't have. At first, I was like, well, you know, you're playing France, but... Yeah, in the end, I was like, they were never able to kind of turn the offense back on. So that kind of sucked. Yeah, I feel bad for them. But I think it was still meant to be. I feel like nobody is going to beat this France team. Nobody's going to beat this French team. They look very good. Rural Crafts Charter. Sponsor a cathedral. Grain imports. Support a noble cabinet. No. Support the state. Ooh, okay, yeah, we could get him, like, some more administrative... come on. Get our guy some more administrative ability, and he's only 31, so we'll benefit from this for quite a while. Yeah, look at that. Proximity efficiency. We can get that up. Okay, we'll do this, but it's going to be a bit of an uphill battle. Yeah, look at that. Address local markets complaints. God. Do we have to? Fine. We're not going to do contain printing press. Increase opinion, yeah, sure. Oh man, less taxes for the burgers. 20%. Oh god, no. We move toward aristocracy. We don't want to do that. We don't. Oh man, we don't want to lose a bailiff. Damn, the rest of this stuff sucks. So we're at 35%. This will be a tough one. I don't know about this. Ooh, Mbappe versus Holland. Who's the best? I take Mbappe. Honestly, I do feel like Mbappe is the best player in the world right now. He's just so good. He's just very good. And I say that with absolute respect to Holland. Holland is fantastic. But I do feel like Mbappe is a little bit better. Hey, Andre Belarus, what's up, my friend? How you doing? Hello, Ham. Spain will beat France. Whoa, okay, if they get past Belgium. My confidence in this is based solely on the fact that I support the Spanish national team. There you go. There you go. I don't know about that, but I do sincerely appreciate the what do you call it? I sincerely appreciate the sincerity. No. Go for it, man. I mean, Spain is, in the last couple games, Spain has definitely been playing that type of Spain ball that won them the 2010 World Cup. That's for sure. Personally, I just don't see how anybody's beating this France team, but hey, anything can happen. I also never would have thought Germany would have been knocked out in the round of 32, so you never know. And I mean, oh, look at that. Okay. 64%. Very, very good. All right. What do we have in regards to RGOs? Oh, we have another gold one. So we can do more gold. Wait, what is it? Where do we have gold here? With 76% control? Oh, yeah, because we built the bailiff there. It's like, damn, how did we get so much control in this place? Okay. So what do we need to build this? 164. All right, so soon. Anyway, Andre Belarus, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. How's it going? Results are not usually enough to satisfy the Sabor. David Chryslios has delivered them. The reports are measurable, the improvements are real, and Parliament has noticed. That, it turns out, is the problem. When a minister becomes this effective, questions arise about how the work was done. Whose expectations were quietly set aside? Whose interests were quietly served? The Saber has demanded a full accounting, and we must decide how much scrutiny David Chryslios is actually going to receive. Their record speaks for themselves. Who's this guy? Oh, he's a cabinet member. Oh, we lose 5% in the Saber, though. This is a tough one. We could get some prestige, but you know, prestige is such a fickle thing in this game. But we gained 5% in the Saber. Yeah, let's do it, because we need this one. In all seriousness, the Spanish national team is vastly underrated. They don't have any hyped up mega stars, but they have a team. Anyone on the squad can score, and everyone pitches in on defense. Yeah, I mean, I think that is something that is impressive of the Spanish team, and I feel like this is kind of an aspect of Spanish football, is that it really is kind of like a style of play that requires the entire team to just be like a unified, like a unit, right? They really do good at that. They really do move through the game, kind of as like a unified core, kind of like those Dutch total football teams, just not with like the intensity that total football did. But total football requires the entire team to be on the same page, working together, shifting through each phase of the game. And the Spanish team does that. They just do it at a much slower pace because they're more into the possession and passing than high intensity. But yeah, they are very good at that. All right, we are at the hour mark though, so we do have to take a quick 90-second break and pay homage to our loving gods of ads, so that we don't have to watch ads during gameplay. So 90 seconds and we will be right back. All right, and we're back, All right, let's see what I missed here. I always feel like whenever I put these headphones on, I got some wild hair going on afterward. I need to design a pair of headphones that, like, styles your hair as you put them on. All right, hold on, let me back up here. What did I miss? I had a bit of an off-topic question, if it's cool. Do you know if they made a change to how naval mission upkeep works in Vicky 3? Earlier this week, when I was playing my Congo run, I finally got my oh weird, I think your messages came in the wrong order. I got my first fleet out to do piracy since it was so lucrative in my previous run. I started easy with one standard of living and one ship of the line and 5 frigates with improved armor. They're in 4 nodes along the African coast. I know it takes a little bit of time for the income to come in, but before I started making income from it, my weekly expenses went up by a few thousand pretty rapidly. By the time I did start making piracy income, it was about breaking even. It was toward the end of my play session, but I couldn't investigate. But I'm planning to tonight. I was just confused because I don't remember having the same issue in my previous run. And I have enough supply ships for the mission. I thought the rest just had to do with the Navy in general. Not different if they're not in the mission or not. Yeah. There hasn't been a change. Trying to think what issue you might have been running into. I mean, it very well might have been input goods in the shipyards. Because remember, as you build ships, you have more and more requirements for income goods. Maybe too, double check to make sure your shipyards are still employed. Because I find that to be a difficult thing in Vicky 3 now with the shipyards, is that you need those ship maintenance points, but in order to have them, you need the shipyard to be fully hired. And so you really need to make sure clippers are profitable in order to keep it hired, or you're going to be subsidizing it. That's the only thing I can really think of, but as far as I know, there hasn't been an update to it. They haven't released an update yet. And for the record, they are reigning European champions, and the Spaniards have beaten this French lineup in their last 2 innings. Oh, so I haven't lost hope. That's a great point. You know, I was not aware of that. I hadn't thought of that. Oh, nice. Saber agreed. Good. We got what we needed there. They beat France in their last 2 meetings. I kind of forget that Spain is the reigning European champion. Honestly, I think I have forgotten that through this whole tournament. That does put a little bit of a different light on things, I will say. Bulgaria's requested food access. Well, that'll definitely be a good matchup if we can get to it. I mean, I definitely think Spain is beating Belgium. I don't really have any worries about that. Hey, Mauricio, what's up, what's up? Hey, Hammond chat. Hope things are going well. Yes, things are going good. Good to see you, my friend. How you doing? How you doing? Oh. We have an empty cabinet action and an empty cabinet seat. All right, let's put this guy there. I remember talking to my brother about that years ago when I was watching Chelsea more actively. We were watching a Madrid game together, and I noticed how much more fluid they were together, whereas Chelsea at the time, felt more like it was stacked with a bunch of good individual players who didn't seem to want to play as a team much. Yeah. How long ago? What did you say about that years ago? Oh, what you just described is current Chelsea. There are a bunch of individual players who just do not gel together. God, the new owner has spent so much money just needlessly and randomly. Oh God, as a Chelsea fan, I am not a big fan of the current Chelsea team. I feel like I'm becoming like a crotchety old man, bitter like old man, because I'm like, in this World Cup, this U.S. team is just the U.S. team and the Algerian team. I'm just like, teams in the past were better. I do not like this current team. And then when it comes to club football with Chelsea, kind of like, I hate the current Chelsea team. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's me. All right, we do still have more to integrate. So we'll do that. Oh, okay, that might have been it. I did notice my shipyard was lagging and subsidize it. Yeah, it might have hit harder than I expected. Yeah, I find that's something I need to really be more on top of for myself with the new update is you really can't afford your shipyards hiring down. Problem is, they're only going to stay hired if you keep your clippers very profitable. And so if your clippers are not profitable, you're going to have to subsidize it. Whereas in the past, like, if your clippers weren't profitable and your shipyard hired down, like, okay, it didn't really matter all that much. But now losing those ship construction points does matter. That's why, honestly, I mean, running like a good whaling or fishing industry is kind of nice, because those buildings will take clippers and keep the shipyards profitable, not have to subsidize them. Yeah, that was back in the late 2000s. Oh, yeah, when Abramovich was the owner. That seems to be a consistent complaint about Chelsea, though. Yeah. Well, and what's funny is I feel like those teams were more cohesive than the current iteration, which says something about where we are currently with the team. Although Xabi Alonso's coming in for Chelsea, and I have very high hopes for that. Many land donations are quite old, and while they are always documented, both landscapes and the names therein may well have changed since a donation was originally given. Recently, the Clear have been accusing several members of the Vlastella of outright land theft in the form of encroaching on lands donated to the Clear long ago. The Vlastella, on the other hand, argue that it is the Clear who are trying to seize lands that they have no claim over. Whomever we decide to side with shall become the majority landholder in the area. So the Stella are at 48%, the Clear at 50%. They both just lose 5. Yeah, let's give it to the Vlastella, keep them happy. These guys will be a little upset, but you know, they'll bounce back. All right, we're gonna, you know what? We're at 163. We're gonna save up to 250 and pay back our loan. Get rid of this here. Yeah, their land. It's the king's land. That's right. Land doesn't belong to any of you people. It's my land. Know your place, people. Oh man, I totally forgot about whaling and fishing use clippers. Yeah, I was thinking I had to keep building out trade centers, which I haven't been able to keep fully trading. Yeah, if you can build up some fishing and whaling, and then, you know, you could build up the food industries and put them on canned fish. The food industries will buy the fish, and the fishing industry will buy the clippers. So you can kind of create that production chain. And groceries is something that's good for your people and for exporting. So then you'll have something more to export through the trade center. So you could kind of use that production chain to keep the shipyards profitable without having, so you don't have to subsidize them. I do have a theory too in Vicky 3 that I haven't really fully tested this out. But, you know, pops will use oil for heat. I wonder if you really overbuild the whaling industry and have a bunch of oil early on in your market, if your pops will switch majority of their heating needs to that. And then you can keep the whaling industries very profitable. I don't know. I need to test that out. All right. I love all these, like, second and third cousin stuff that they tell us. Now, we were working on... Yeah, here we go. So we can get an alliance with Hungary, which would be beneficial to us right now. Especially when we need to go after Bulgaria. So now, if we can bring Hungary in here... What? Oh, Hungary is at war. And Bulgaria. Oh, so they're both at war right now. Who are you with? Hungary? Oh. Everybody's off to war except me. Alright, well, when that war ends, although I'll have to wait a little bit, I bet their levies will all be poop. Yeah, that's perfect. I'm getting canneries with tech spread right now. Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, when you get the canneries, start building up all those fishing wharfs. And then use the fish in the new canning industry there. All right, let me take a look real quick at... Oh. Temporary appointments. Very nice. Who is this? Everybody always has bad tax efficiency. Buildings construction efficiency. Yeah, I'm sorry, my guy. You're getting booted out of the cabinet. I want to keep... Here we go. We'll put a 17-year-old in the cabinet. What could go wrong? Everyone of having fun fighting wars. I didn't bother calling Ham. How rude. I know, right? I would have gone to war. I want to see Spider-Man. Oh, I guess I wasn't an ally with Hungary. Well, once they're done, we can go to war with the Ottomans. Guys, I want to go to war with the Ottomans. Why'd you have to go off and do your own war without me? That's what my kids sound like every day. Seriously, this morning I'm walking them to the bus stop for camp. And I was going to turn up one street, and my son was like, no, I want to go up the other side. I'm like, oh my God, fine. Because I was running late. I'm like, fine, let's go. And then my daughter was like, no, I wanted to go the other way. I'm like, are we really going to fight about which direction we walk to the bus stop? I'm like, geez, people, let's go. We're going to fight about which direction we walk to the bus stop, and we're going to miss the bus because of it. That's... I don't know where my train of thought got me to that story, but something about sounding like a kid and wanting to go to war. Oh, we need to add a little bit of Diplo spending here. Ooh, income is really coming down. Fine, I'll start my own war with the Ottomans, with blackjack and hookers. Yeah, fine, I'll do it myself. And then I look at how much of an army they have, and I'm like, okay, fine, I'm not doing it myself. You know, something actually we really do need to stop neglecting is our navy. Oh my god. These cabinet members, man. They keep becoming corrupt. I don't understand. You guys work for the government. Why are you so corrupt? Yeah, look at this. I'm just building up people with stuff that make them bad cabinet members. And we keep spending stability here to change it. Speaking of joining wars, it's strange that you can't join ongoing wars in Vicky 3. Yeah. Italy, Japan, and half the Balkans didn't join the First World War at day one. Yeah. They actually have talked about possibly changing that in the future. They've talked about changing that and the ability to negotiate peace deals at the end of a war, so that you don't have to set all of the war goals right at the start of the war. So I do feel like at some point we're going to get, you know, you can join ongoing wars, and you can add things into a peace deal, add like war goals into the peace deal at the end of the war. Someday. As with all Paradox games, it'll be perfect at the end of its life cycle. Yeah, that is kind of annoying in Vicky 3. Yeah. Yeah, it is. I also kind of find it annoying that you can't add war goals at the end of the war when you've really won. Yeah. I'd like to add and join in, bring in allies. Well, especially since that is such a big aspect of war. Like, you look at World War II. Like, the war was going one way, and then the U.S. entered. Like, that wouldn't work in, like, the current mechanics, you know? And then it, like... Because being able to get somebody into the war could completely change... Ooh, hit the microphone. Sorry, everybody. Change the dynamic of the war. Yeah, right in time for Vicky 4, exactly. The feature will be a test run for Vicky 4. Let's take a look at our market real quick. Ah, okay. You're going to continue to integrate. So, market attraction 2.56%. We need more market attraction. So we need more trade income. We need more marketplaces. But right now we're waiting to... Oh! We can pay the loans back. Okay. There we go. I hope they also start working towards that the world actually moves to a world war around 1914 in the game. I do think they are working towards that. Oh, hey! AI viewers. I love it's just straight up like, go to this website to get AI viewers. We haven't gotten the Twitch bot in a while. Hello, Twitch bot. Goodbye, Twitch bot. No, I feel like Vicky 3 is moving a lot of the updates and DLCs, I feel like are all laying the groundwork for a big World War I mechanic. So if you think about some of the latest DLCs and updates, so after Charters of Commerce, we got National Awakening, where they added cultural fervor. So basically, big nationalism mechanics, which is a good groundwork for that. Then with Iberian Twilight, you got mechanics for like election manipulation and corruption and stuff like that. You could have a government where people don't really believe in the elections anymore. Now we do the naval update, and also the countries that they're giving specific content to, like, whoa, look at blobbed France here. Whoa, you haven't looked over here in a while. And wait. Oh my god, they took London? Oh, not Londres. Not Londres. I thought they said Lunders. They didn't take the city of Lunders. What kind of blasphemy is this? So they did a DLC dedicated to Austria and like its struggles with places like Serbia, right? So you have that. They're going to be adding one for Russia now. So I feel like little bit by little bit, I feel like they're adding a lot of updates that are all going to somehow play into a World War I DLC at some point. That's my feeling. Yeah, similar mechanics like the Reformation in EU, yeah. Londres is how you say London in Spanish. It's pretty close to the French version. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, National Awakening was definitely to recreate the situation in Austria-Hungary when Ferdinand was shot. Yeah. When I saw the initial dev diaries for that, I was like, ooh, we're getting World War I mechanic next year. Now we know that we're not getting it this year, but it's coming. It is coming. Oh, I forgot too. In one of the free updates, they added, this kind of went under the radar, but I thought it was a big deal. They added the ability to have global journal entries. So a journal entry that affects multiple countries around the world, and there's like a list of affected countries. That, to me, is the mechanic foundation of a World War I mechanic. A journal entry that is a global journal entry that all nations are involved in. I feel like that was added in very much for like, when we have a World War I mechanic in here, this is what we're going to need in order to do it. That's a good point. Also, one of the things mentioned in the dev diary for the new AI update is changing how they get in and out of war. Yeah, it is annoying how long you have to wait for another country to decide to make peace after the war is clearly settled. Yeah, exactly. I think too, now that you bring that up, the AI update too, like fixing how the AI interacts. I mean, that is something you're going to need if you want a World War I mechanic. Not everyone is happy that we have allied ourselves with the Kingdom of Hungary. Oh, yeah. The last time we allied with Hungary, we got this. An influential faction of our Vlastela have been pushing for an end to the alliance, focusing on the province of that, which is held by Hungary, but which many view as rightfully ours. They have been able to stir up widespread outrage at the situation. Yeah, if we don't do it, so we'll lose 10 prestige. Excuse me. All right, we'll take this for now, but this is going to pop up. Last time, this popped up quite a bit while we have that alliance, so we'll see what happens. Too bad you play small countries and those don't get content until late in the game lifetime. Africa enjoyers always get the crumbs. Yeah. Well, what I do like is every update is always focused around a big country, but the small countries around them get stuff. Like National Awakening was focused on Austria-Hungary, but we got a lot of stuff for Serbia. We ended up having a really fun Serbia run with that. Oh yeah, and Bulgaria. Bulgaria got some content. Then Iberian Twilight was all about Spain and Portugal. Ooh, a state power from cabinet position, minus 10%. Oh, that's kind of nice, actually. But with that, we got a lot of content for Cuba. We ended up doing a Cuba run for that. The Philippines has a bit of content as well. And then all the countries in South America have now a new journal entry because of it. So something I do like is even the DLCs are focused on a large country, but all affected smaller countries get something. So the next one, that's going to be all about Russia. I'll be interested to see what like smaller surrounding countries or affected countries will get affected. Maybe we'll be playing something over here. Real life right now is the global warming global journal entry. Yeah, and we following the everybody turning dictatorial journal entry is being completed tonight, or completed the thought. Yeah. Yeah, somebody made a modern day mod. That would be a good global journal entry. Climate change. And France and Russia should have an entry that let them from the Tates in reverse Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy, the Central Powers. Italy having its special condition. Wait, I think I missed what you meant there. France and Russia should have an entry that lets them form the I see what you're saying. Yeah. And in reverse Germany. Yeah. So that could be like a global journal entry they add in there as well. I actually didn't know Persia was part of the Great Game until you mentioned it. Yeah, I might give that a try. I forgot about that too. Yeah, with the Great Game. Persia is a lot of fun because of the Great Game content. I had a very fun Persia run, right? I got the Great Game objective through them. All right. Oh, yes, Wallachia. This will help smooth some relations over. So what's their situation with us now? All right. Funny enough, the game already has script for if the Entente powers form a military alliance power block. The name is actually Entente. Same with the Central Powers. Is just, it's so rare players rarely see it. Yeah, I don't think I have seen it. And the game has like 50 custom power block names that are rarely seen. Oh, interesting. I'm gonna have to look at that. I don't think I've ever seen that too. All right. Yeah, it would be nice to start having a navy here. You get like some early carracks going, though those guys are expensive. Now the bark here. Transport capacity of 50. These guys have 250. Wait, I thought these guys, with small sailing ship, were originally used for trade. Adapting these for warfare provided a smaller and faster alternative to the larger carracks. So it's a light ship, heavy ship, transport. Yeah, so this one has a lot more attack, combat speed. So this one's faster. Interesting, this one gives more maritime presence. Blockade capacity. All right, we might start with a couple of these guys. You could also try Afghanistan and try the achievement of making the, yeah, American intelligentsia guy king. Yeah, yeah. I love we keep talking about Vicky 3 even here. Yeah. Yeah, what's it like? Josiah something, that achievement? I do need to go for that one. I'm actually in the midst offline right now trying to do Duran. Trying to reform the Durrani Empire. It's always been on my radar, and I remember once, long time ago, I tried for it and got close but failed at it. So I was like, let me give that one a try now. So I'm actually, it's funny enough, offline I'm doing a run in that area. All right. These are always, I feel like, the most difficult times of EU5, where you just kind of are in the holding pattern. I feel like there's always these, like, kind of holding pattern moments in the game. Okay. I suppose that the other thing is we could use some marketplaces. Maybe I should get started with that. You know, we don't have any bog iron smelters, though. Because if we did that, so we have iron. What is iron in our market? Oh, we actually have quite a lot. Kumanovo. Oh, do we have... Yeah. I don't even know where that is, though. Yeah, right there. Yeah. So they have... We have RGOs with that. Okay. Moments when nothing in particular going on. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. EU5 has those moments. I mean, all Paradox games do. Vicky 3 definitely does, but I feel like EU5, because I guess because the runs in EU5 take longer, the moments of the downtime moments also do. Oh, the Catholic Zealots are up again, but they're losing progress, so that's good. Possible number of artists, okay. Cotton. Sugar. Cloth still. Victoria is like a speed up game compared to the rest. I know. I used to hate that it only ran the time frame was only 100 years. And now I realize that's kind of a feature. Because like if I make a mistake in EU5 here, like when I gave away those lands, I'm like, well, I have 450 years left to get them back. When I make a mistake like that in Vicky 3, I'm like, oh man, I don't have a lot of time to fix this. Several families of the Vlastella have been caught sponsoring the creation of illicit art, which clearly violates the ordinances set by our religious censorship laws. The Clear are enraged and asking that the collections be confiscated and subsequently destroyed. The Vlastella, on the other hand, are asking for mercy, as their collections are private and kept away from the public's eye. They have been offered to donate funds to the Clear for the creation of admissible art in order to appease them. Yeah, we'll take that one. The church is a powerful institution, but more important, a wealthy one. If we were to rein in the church and make more a part of the state, we could also bring in more income for taxation. On the other hand, we would also sap its authority in the eyes of the masses. Oh man, I can use the money. I'll take the money. Yeah, then there's CK3 when, for all the events, don't give you a moment's rest. Oh shoot, my marshal are looking funny at my wife. I know, it's true. Especially now where like everybody and their mother has like a coronation. You're like, oh my god, I gotta do another coronation, and they take forever. Just never ends. Hey, do you want to come to my party? Like, oh my god, I went to like 8 parties already. I just want to run my kingdom. It does trip me up a bit how long the other games like CK3 are since I started with Vicky 3. Yeah, I do find a full run of EU5 to be a daunting task coming from Victoria 3. It took me a while to get through my first 100-year run on Vicky 3. Crazy to think how much longer it takes to finish CK3 or Europa Universalis. Yeah, I've been playing CK3 pretty much since launch. And I've never like played a full run. I've never gotten to the like, all right, there's no more game, buddy screen. Alum, gems, incense, sugar. Oh boy. Cotton thing pisses me off. Cotton thing pisses me off. Cloth, on the other hand. We should keep making those. Oh yeah, look at this. So they are not profitable. Yeah, I mean, we can make more money here. And are we keeping up with silver in the market? Yeah. All right. All right, so we're building a couple buildings here. So now I really do need to get a little bit of a navy going. See, my problem is I feel like, should I spend the money on the navy? Like, I'm not fighting any of the wars I'm about to go through. I don't need a navy for it. Oh, actually, I am going to need it to take this land. Because Sicily does not... Oh, Sicily does like us. Oh, wow, they would give us military access. Yeah, so I really don't... I don't necessarily need a navy at the moment. But I feel like I should have something. But for the money I spend on that, I could be spending it on our army. Hey, we're up to 17,000 levies there. All right, is Hungary still at war? They're in another war. Come on, people. Oh. Bulgaria has a high opinion? Of the Ottomans? Oh my god, come on. Yeah, look at that. Okay. Don't we have more? Don't we have espionage points here? No. All right, we got to build a spy network again so that we can lower Bulgaria's opinion of the Ottomans. Army captain here, no navy funding, all money to the army. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, considering how much we are, yeah, moving towards land, that's pretty much what we've been doing. All right. Light ships to protect your trade routes. At least that was the standard in EU4. Yeah, it does kind of seem that way. Plus, they're just better more affordable, like half the price. Yeah, so build these like bark ships. That is pretty much what we're going to be building. And then at some point, maybe have like a couple carracks in there. Our merchants have long complained about the unfair treatment they have suffered in the Kaffa market. Recently, however, these complaints have escalated, and the merchants now claim to be victims of Khazarian brigandage and privateering. Attacks, they insist, were carried out with the tacit support of Khazaria. We must find a solution to the issue one way or another. Okay. Yeah, there we go. We'll do that. Enemy of my enemy is my friend moment. Yeah, exactly. That's what we need right now. Oh, Bulgaria, now you've done it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Is Bulgaria at war too at the moment? Oh, damn it. They are allied with the Ottomans? Oh, man. And the Ottomans are now at war with Byzantium. Whoa, Wallachia is allied with Byzantium. Well, well, well. Oh, man. Okay. Although I guess now would be the time to do a war. Just remember to have them return to port. Yeah, during war. Oh, yeah. Because they ain't sinking anybody's ships. Adon Zen, a political exile from the kingdom of Naples, has appeared at our court. He is offering his services to the Serbian monarchy in return for protection from the Neapolitan king. Should we take him in? Yeah, he's pretty good, actually. We have no room for him. No, we don't care about Naples. Scholars have discovered ancient documents tracing the heritage of the Nemanjic dynasty back to Julius Caesar himself. This must be used to our advantage. Let's see. Legitimacy or prestige? You know what? Let's take the legitimacy. This puts us at 100. Can now significantly lower... Well, okay. Not significant. I thought we could lower cost of court a little bit more. Where are we with the values here? The Donzen is thankful for being granted asylum in the Serbian court. However, he has recently drawn attention to the fact that there are many other Neapolitan notables in his position. Men of great wisdom and influence, he insists. It could be useful to allow them to join our court should we wish to step up our opposition to Neapolitan ambitions. Yeah, we'll take them in. All right. Oh, here we go. So we'll build some of those guys. And then I do want to build some marketplaces. Where are they? Yeah, look at this maintenance cost. Damn. How much are we paying in building? Oof. No wonder. Oh, these armories, man. We are paying a lot for the armories. Join current war to protect Constantinople. Defend, not to take back, and definitely not to take back our mines. Oh, you know, actually, you make a pretty good point, right? Yeah, here's the problem, though. Bulgaria has a large army. The Ottomans have a large army. Nobody on this side does. I would get rocked if I joined Byzantium on this side. If I joined the war on the Byzantium side. Wait. Is Byzantium winning this war? They are, right? The Ottomans are losing. Could I join this war? I thought there used to be like a button on the friendly action side to join a war. Maybe because they hate us, though. That might be why. I don't think we can because they hate us. Now cost by goods. So weapons are good. Leather. Firearms. And paper. Surprised weapons are good. Yeah. So there's no way we're gonna bring down the cost. That might be why. Yeah. Yeah. I can see why that would be it, right? Like, they don't like us. Why would they agree to let us join their war? So I wonder how much the Ottoman army is going to be depleted. Man, yeah, these armories are very, very expensive. Years since game starts. See, this is, I think, the new thing in 1.3. The longer you go through the game, the more things cost. So there's not really anything we're going to be able to do there. I do also want to build universities, though. How much are those going to cost? 216. Okay. What I would really like to do is turn this into a city and get a local governor up here. But 1.3... Oh my god, come on. 1.34k in gold, or in ducats, is a little rich for our treasury. It might be the time to start a separate war with them, though. Yeah. Yeah, like, what is... See, my problem, though, is that I'm still heavily outnumbered. Still heavily outnumbered. Although I do have Hungary on my side. Levy availability. Come on now. Can we get more trust out of them? Not really. Let's see if that changed anything. Nope. Oh, well, we keep Bulgaria out of this. If only we can get Hungary in there. Well, we are at the 2-hour mark here, so I do have to take a quick 90-second break and pay homage to our lovely, lovely gods of ads here. So we're going to take a quick 90-second break, and then we will be right back. All right, and we're back. And we're back. All right. Yeah, when it comes to going to war with the Ottomans right now, we're weaker than them, unfortunately. I meant to mention earlier, you fell for a bit of a trick that I set up with a new handle and prove that it works. Oh. Oh, the radical anachronist. Yeah, it's not anarchist like anarchy, it's anachronist. As in anachronism. Something outside of its proper time and place. Yeah. It's a bit tongue-in-cheek since I am an anarchist, but I also feel like people should give themselves permission to embrace anachronism. Just because something like technology is the newest, most modern thing doesn't mean it's the best. There's a lot of solutions to modern problems hiding in old places, and exploring and embracing those allows people to have more control over which parts of their life they want convenience in, and which parts they want to slow down in. I'm a maker and enjoy learning a lot about the etymology of things, especially things like tools and technology and how they evolve over time. Oh man, I did, yeah. Now that I look at it, I'm like, oh, now I can see it. But I swear I've only ever seen the word anarchist. That's funny. Yeah, I didn't see it until you just pointed it out. Yeah, I agree. I had a computer science teacher once who always loved saying, the more things change, the more they stay the same. So I do agree, you know, you can find solutions in older things if you if you just, you know, keep your eyes open. Hey, it's just Nebo. Hello, hello. Bulgaria, Sagari, Emengava. Hey, okay, cool. Hello, hello. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome in. All right. Going good. You? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just trying to figure out our plan of attack here. Because I want to go after the Ottomans. But everybody is frenemies with everybody in this region. Who would have thought in the Balkans, right? I have a long last name that people usually struggle with pronouncing. A friend I had in the military and I had a conversation about it a while back that stuck with me. We realized most people only see the first 3 letters or so. Then their brains fill in the rest. The human brain is fascinating. Oh, that's interesting. I like that. Yeah. Yeah, I have a name that people have mispronounced my whole life. I've never thought about that, though. Yeah, they see the first couple letters and then fill in the rest. That kind of tracks with the way people have pronounced my name. Where are you from, my friend? I am born in Algeria, raised in the United States. So I am Algerian American. How about yourself? How about you? Yes. Oh, you're American. Ah, you're Serbian. Awesome, awesome. Yes, yes. Well, American. Well, Algerian American is me. But yeah, yeah. Very cool, very cool. Nice, nice. Well, I will start off by giving an apology for the pronunciations of things. I try my best, but I guess I'm very self-conscious of it. I know we were talking about it in the earlier stream today. You ever have something that you're saying, and as you're saying it, you're like, I'm totally mispronouncing this, but I just don't know what else to do. Oh, nice. Okay, we finished an integration here, so let's fix that up. So yeah, I apologize in advance. But awesome, awesome. Welcome in. Nice to have a Serbian here for our Serbian stream. Let me read this event and then I'll show you the achievement we're going for. It is difficult to monitor everyone everywhere all the time, and the boundaries between individual land properties are often grounded in old traditions or documents which were written when the landscape may have looked quite different. For someone with the right resources, this can be exploited. A number of prominent families of the Vlastela have used their considerable influence in Prizren to get away with expanding their properties in Uzis considerably. If we want to protect the property of the state, we must act soon. Yeah, we'll take this. Yeah, so in this run, we are going for the achievement Stefan's Dream. As Serbia, conquer Constantinople, reach Empire rank, and control Stefan Dusan's Empire, which is basically this, the Serbian Empire. So we need to control all of these locations here. So that's what we're going for. You're good. I don't usually correct people, or when I do, I try to do so kindly, because I've definitely been there myself with some words, especially things I've read but never heard out loud. Yeah. Yeah, right? Isn't that interesting? Like, there are those words that you've read many times before, but you're like, I don't think I've ever said this or heard this out loud. The handle thing was just funny, because that was a bit more by design. It's one of the first original handles I made in a while. Yeah, no, I like it. I like it. Now that I see it, I'm like, oh, that's awesome. No, I'm glad you pointed it out. All right. So we can make our first ship. We can try to make some money. See, it's too bad we can't build more in Perserin here. So we could definitely make a lot of money there. I suppose too. Oh, I keep meaning to look at the marketplaces. All right, this better bring us a lot of money because I'm going to be incurring a lot of maintenance costs for this many marketplaces, but we really do need to make our, where is it? Market attraction. Here we go. We do really need to raise up the market attraction. What is the market attraction here? Oof, 31%. Well, you know, where is it? Prestige plays into it. So I suppose building up a navy would help us in that regard. How far are you into this run? So the game starts in 1336. So we're in 1460, and it goes up to 1836. So you do 500 years in this game. So we've done over 100 years, but you know, we're still it's still kind of early on the run. I guess if you're doing 400 or 500 years, you don't really reach the mid game until like the mid 1500s. All right, so we could do increased ties to neighbors. Market expansion acts. Okay. Farming innovation. Yeah, the integration process, we've got all the major places integrated. So we don't need to do that. Oh, while being debated, monthly progress to plutocracy 0.5. Okay. Monthly research progress. Monthly literacy. We get a cheap cathedral. Now, the other thing we could do is we could take one of these two, and once we get over 50%, see if we can ask the cabinet to, or not the cabinet, the saber to create a casus belli against the Ottomans. How are we doing on plutocracy here? Yeah, 0.2. 0.02, I mean. Yeah, so getting this would be kind of good. I'm mostly listening at work and have to keep the graphic quality set to NES level to stop it from lagging because of my internet quality. So I can't see it. Oh, oh man. Yeah, that sucks. I can see that though. Most jobs are like that, right? The internet sucks. But hey, I'm glad I can get you through work. See, I'm worried that I take one of these, and then if I get the saber over 50%, the casus belli it'll create for us, for the Ottomans, it won't really help us. But I suppose if I wanted to do this, I got to get it over 50% anyway. And if it fails, we just lose the 7 stability. So let's do this. And we'll make a move toward plutocracy while it's being debated. Oh, come on, people. Why are you giving me these bad choices? We move 5 toward decentralization. We'll just have to take that. A local shrine. Oh, we can't do this. We really can't afford to clear losing 10% here. I hate to do this, but alright. Decisions. I know, right? Life's decisions. So difficult. Oh, nice. For sure. And I appreciate it. Y'all are great company. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. I'm glad I can help you get through the workday. Because in the end, we all have to help each other get through it. We're all working for somebody, and it sucks. So I hate it, like, when you see people, like, when you're in a store, or you hear somebody talking to somebody in, like, customer service, and they're just, like, giving them a hard time and being a jerk. I'm like, man, we all gotta work for, you know, borrow an old term, we all gotta work for the man. We should help each other get through it, because none of us are actually benefiting from any of this. Otherwise, work is chill, but kind of boring. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Alright, so what... oh, that's right, yeah. Well, we definitely want the casus belli on this. Oh, I thought I was going to be able to see the option before it did it. Damn, okay. You know, actually, now that I think about it, I think we'll just keep this as is. The promote members of the burghers, we get this progress toward plutocracy while it's being debated. Which, this is the only thing I really care about. Getting a skilled member of the burghers, I really do not care about. So I don't care if it passes. So we'll take a hit to 7 stability. So I think I'll just keep it at this. I don't want to... I can't negotiate any of this stuff. But we got our casus belli. And it won't cost us anything. Now, how do I get these jerks in here? Oh, Bulgaria is no longer allied with them. But Okay. So let's get another spy network going in Bulgaria, lower their opinion of the Ottomans, and then... how do we get Hungary in on this? Lacks border, yeah, border distance, levy availability. That's why I have a rule not to complain to other workers. Yeah, they are just doing their job. Exactly. Karens are right that you should rather forward your complaint to their manager. Yeah. Yeah. If you took a place with management, you knew what you were signing up for. Yeah, my partner's job is over-the-phone customer service. Oh, Godspeed to your partner. I do sometimes get frustrated over the phone. My bank, oh yeah, yep. But I at least try to communicate to the person on the other side that I'm not frustrated with them. Yes, just the situation and company, and I recognize they're just doing their job. I've done that many times before. I tend to lose my cool with health insurance companies. And many a time I've stopped and I've been like, I'm sorry, I know this is not your fault or what you're doing. I'm just very frustrated with this company and the situation. So I try to do that sometimes. And I generally always stay cool with customer service people, but man, when it comes to health insurance companies and the BS they put you through, that tests me. I love good spy mechanics in games. Yeah, some 16th century CIA ops. Exactly. It is something, you know, Victoria 3 is kind of missing. No real, like, spy network stuff in that game. Which is interesting. Now that I think about it, most games have something like that. Like, CK3 has... Oop. I always hit this new microphone. I hope it's not creating a big old sound when I do that. CK3 has the Spy Master. You use that person. This one has the Spy Network. I know they have it in Hearts of Iron 4, and even Stellaris has spy networks that you can create. It's interesting Victoria 3 doesn't have that. So I can marry one of my daughters off to Kiev. Man, they have a lot of soldiers. I just feel like if I had them as an ally, would they be able to get to me? Probably not. But you know what? Could I create an ally here? I could. I haven't noticed any sound when you've mentioned hitting the mic. Oh, really? That's interesting. Wait, so let's try it right now. Do you hear anything right now? Was there any, like, any stuff? Because that would be interesting. It's a brand new... I got a brand new mic this last week, so I'm still kind of figuring it out. The current debate in the Saber on how to best protect domestic production has attracted the attention of many in Drac. This important position in the Saber has come to support us in the debate, in the hope that it will benefit the suggested policy. Yeah, the Saber is going to fail, so we don't want to take 5% support, so we'll take the development. Or some cases when they respond, well, your issue isn't our department's. Oh, God, yeah. And I just have to, in utter frustration, go do your job and forward my issue to the correct department. Yeah. Especially when it's like, I call and they're like, oh, you got to go to this department. I'm like, okay. Then you got to wait on hold again. Then you get to a new department. They're like, oh, yeah, so you're supposed to be in with this other department. And I'm like, I was with them and they forwarded me to you. And then they give you the whole like, I don't know why they did that. You got to go back. Oh my God. Health insurance companies do that to no end. Yeah, Rome Total War had a pretty interesting mechanic with it. You could plant them in a city, and they had a chance of opening the gates when you launch an attack. Oh, nice. Little bit of tapping, but nothing disruptive. Wow, that's fascinating. Okay. Okay. Very cool. I guess, yeah, I'm sitting here looking at it like you guys can see the mic. It's right out of camera reach here. Not that there's no sound at all, just no disruptive spikes or anything. Wow, okay. Cool. Guess I picked a good mic. All right. Man, we had better income at the start. Oh, we're losing. Why are we losing cost of court? Yeah, that's the deal with my bank. The customer service is super responsive and very polite. The company doesn't give them any power to actually do anything to fix problems. Yeah, you know, something I hate about banks especially, but a lot of stuff now. I hate it when you call their customer service line and you can tell the information the person is looking at is literally the same thing you're looking at on the app. And they're just reading you that information. And I'm like, I get this isn't your fault. This is the information you're given. But how can this company only give their customer service line the same information that I'm looking at on the website? Just useless, you know? I just don't get that. I had to get a new debit card, and the person who set up the shipping for it canceled the one I had right before the 4th of July weekend. No! So I didn't have a card all weekend. I just specifically tried to ensure that that wasn't the case. And I was furious when I realized it the next day. I firmly believe the primary reason corporations exist to obscure any real sense of accountability. Oh, I'm sorry. I am sorry. That does suck. Oh, God, because then everything's closed on the 4th. Oh, man. You know, though, I mean, it doesn't help now, but I think now you can create like virtual debit cards with things like Apple Pay or Samsung Pay and all that stuff. I think now you're able to do stuff like that. I don't know for sure. And I don't know why, but this conversation just reminded me I have to renew my driver's license. Non sequitur. But for some reason that reminded me of it. It expires at the end of the month. All right. You know, we have now almost doubled our trade capacity. I should have been tracking how much we're getting in trade income. Damn, I really wanted to be able to attack the Ottomans this episode. I'm worried we're not going to be able to get to it. Oh, I remember when I moved into my apartment and I had issues connecting to the internet, and it took me sending them the number on the outlet in the apartment for them to figure out that someone had connected my cable to the apartment wrong down in the basement. Oh, no. Oh, man. God. I hope you found that before you had, like, paid a billing cycle. I always wonder that about my electricity. I swear to God, like, sometimes I'm like, I did not use that much electricity this month. No, I totally get that. Basically the same headache. Yeah. I was able to get around it because my friend lent me one of their cards and I just zelled money to their account to cover everything I spent. It just wasn't even the first time I'd had that kind of issue with this bank. It took me almost 3 months to get my first debit card. You know what that is? Modern problems call for modern solutions. Just give me your debit card and I'll just zell money into your accounts. Oh, that's crazy. That is crazy. But very innovative solution, I must say. Very innovative. All right, what are we doing here? What are we doing with our lives? What are we doing with our lives? We're not going after Bulgaria yet. The plan, because we are pushing spiritualists, we should go after the Ottomans here. Oh, they are much weaker. They are much weaker. But it still is saying... it's predicting we wouldn't win the war. It's saying we wouldn't win the war. Oh, and I can't even check right now because we don't have a diplomat. Which, speaking of which... Yeah, our income is just dwindling. Cost of court's killing us here. Sadly, I had... Oh, no, but it's not the ISP who managed the infrastructure. God. Yeah. These companies are always... That's the problem, is that we're living in a time where every company is just screwing you from every angle. Unfortunately. That's I bring no good news, just that. We're getting screwed from every angle by every company. Oh, we are still building quite a bit here. Oh, you know what, though? I forgot. What's probably cutting into our balance, yeah, our building maintenance is going up. And largely because I forgot we built all those marketplaces. Damn. We need to be making more money. Oh, you know what? That's right, though. We're building a tannery right now. So let's build a weaponsmith. As these buildings finish, should see some more income coming in. My ISP did give me a discount with a few free months. Oh, okay. Yeah, they don't want to refund that money, but they'll let you not pay future ones, right? Yeah. Well, at least you got that. It evens it out a little bit there. Yeah, the answer is to rebuild the commons. Yep. We all know the answer. Problem is, how do we do it? Members of an Albanian tribe from Kefalonia have arrived in Ionia. It's not Ionia, but I know Ionina. Is it Ionina? Okay, what am I doing? I'm not gonna... Seeking an audience with the local governor with the goal of founding a new settlement of their own. Such permission has already been granted by Southern Epirus, though it might be worthwhile to grant the newcomers additional privileges so that more of them may come our way. Oh, I thought it was like, is this the same one? Members of an Albanian tribe from Kefalonia, faced with the tribal conflicts and poor opportunities, have chosen to leave Ionian Islands in hopes of finding a better future. Not much is known about their current whereabouts, but rumors are that they are trying to settle in southern Epirus within Ionina. Let us see if they find the peace they so desperately crave. Okay. All right. Yeah, we really need a lot more diplomats here. Yeah, see, we can't afford that. So, do we have that? Oh, wait, we do have that in Sweden in a way. It's a state-operated company that builds most of the infrastructure. The ISPs just rent the service from them. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah, here in the US, it's a private company that builds all the infrastructure for the service providers. And basically, the private company gets a monopoly on internet, like in that area, with a little bit of exceptions to the rule. So, like, I use a different internet service provider, but it's because they don't use cable internet; they use fiber optic. So the company I use built their own fiber optic cable, so I was able to use them. But otherwise, depending on the area you live in, there's a company that has a monopoly on that area. And it's because they built all the infrastructure, which I find to be very ridiculous. But how do we do it? That's the question I spend most of my spare brain power trying to solve. Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly. If only we could figure that out. But I can say from experience, most people's Achilles heel is that they try to do it themselves. Oh, yeah, the calculus is a lot different when you have a good community of people trying together. Oh! Damn, okay, we finished the research queue we had. We had a lot of stuff in the research queue. All right, so we're finally done with everything here. So let's take a look at Renaissance here. So all this stuff is nice, but it's not something we absolutely need right now. Court spending efficiency. Oh yeah, we could absolutely use that right now. Okay, so maybe this stuff, we'll come back to it. So let's look at banking. Diplomatic range. Oh, bureaucratic offices. Oh, rag paper. Oh, what have I been doing? What have I been doing? All right, so maybe some of that stuff. So we have some stuff here. Yeah, let's do slave center. It's actually quite a lot over here. Let's do max literacy for nobles so we can get through tech more. Construction speed. Yeah, let's get all the literacy stuff. All right. So very nice, but yeah, we'll finish off professional armies. Then get the Hulk. There we go. That's enough for now. All right. But I can say from experience, most people's... oh, no, yeah, there, I already read that. Yeah, for us, it's a carryover from how the telephone network was built. Yeah. Yeah, same here. Same thing happened with the telephone networks. You had there was a private company that got a monopoly on the area because they built all the infrastructure. So kind of the same thing, but instead of a state-run company, it was a private company with a monopoly. I'm a burner, and I've seen and participated in some pretty mind-blowing things coming together when people work together without money needing to change hands. Okay. Wait, hold on one second. Yeah, very cool. Wait, so is that referring to like... Is that referring to Burning Man? A burner? Alright. Oh! Hungary calls upon us to join them in the war against Croatia, Aquileia, Venice, Ragusa. Oh, Ragusa. Hey, we could use something. We could do that. Well, let's accept it because we want to keep that alliance. But we could definitely take this land over here. I'm just going to take our professional army. And we'll just, like, take the land of Ragusa here. It just seemed to me that the U.S. are locked in this mindset that everything must make a profit. Yeah. See public transport as a great example. For Europe, it's foremost a public good. Man, you hit the nail right on the head. I mean, that is the problem. Everything is a for-profit business. And it's such a problem. It's such a problem. Because not everything should be a for-profit business. But unfortunately, that's what we live in here. Healthcare, again, being a prime example. Why is healthcare something that is thought of as a profitable business? Yeah, I haven't been to the Big Burn, but they have regionals all over the place. Oh, nice. My burn camp is more family than my blood family is. Yeah, so... Wait, what? No. Did our army just get stack wiped? By who? By this 37k stack? How the what the what? How the hell did that just happen? I don't understand what just happened. That happened like instantaneously. Well, I guess we're calling up levies. Wow. That's crazy to me. Oh, man. God. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I definitely always had that impression of Burning Man. Like, it's like everybody is like naked in the desert, like having sex with each other. But then I had a friend, him and his wife got into Burning Man. And they did it for quite a number of years. And they would tell me all the stories, and I realized just how wrong I was about the event. It sounds amazing. I absolutely would have loved to do it at some point in my life. I don't really think I can now. And that's exactly what they told me, too. They had their, like, Burning Man group that was, like, a very close-knit group of friends that they had. So, yeah, it sounds very cool. Sounds very cool. I think the thing I remember most about it is just how wrong I was of my impression of what it was about. Oh, come on. What's ever gone wrong trying to extract profit from public infrastructure? I know, right? Public infrastructure being the operative word there. The least we should ask for are that people don't get bankrupt for having an accident. Oh, God, yeah. Or having to go to the doctor. Shouldn't have to go bankrupt because you went to the doctor. But, you know, that's not the way here, unfortunately. Born to saddle. Yeah, we'll take this guy. Oh, wait. I took the guy, but we have, like, very few cavalry. Okay. All right. Well, let's go avenge those fallen soldiers. Gone, reduced to atoms. Yeah. I know my army basically got blipped. We ran into Thanos on the battlefield and he snapped his fingers and my army just disappeared. Nothing wrong per se with profit, but it shouldn't be the main goal, so to say. Yeah. See, that's the problem, is that with here, it is the main goal everywhere and everything. Don't you see, Ham? Everything can be a business if you try enough, and everything should be. In Stellaris, you can play as Megacorps, and all of their exclusive options are finding a complex philosophical problem and going like, let's monetize it. I've heard about the Megacorps in Stellaris. I've never gotten far enough in a run to do one, but I do want to try them. But I guess I didn't fully know what they were about. Now I do. All right, why are they seriously lacking food? Because they're in a province without any. Yeah, and we don't have any more camp followers. Damn. Yeah, it can be that, but there's a lot more to it. I view it kind of like a big social experiment. Yeah, people really pour a lot into the things they bring, and the focus is much more about participation and inclusion and being present. There's a ticket price, but you're not allowed to buy, sell anything in the event. People still bring some pretty elaborate art pieces in camps though. Yeah, that's what my friends told me. They were like, some of the camps are really elaborate. And they were like, yeah, that thing that I had as my preconceived notion, they're like, yeah, there's definitely like a couple people like that there, but for the most part, it's like you were saying, this big social experiment. And it's very cool too. He told me that like part of the event too is when you leave, there's like no trace you were there, which I find very fascinating. Not everyone is happy that we have allied ourselves with the Kingdom of Hungary. Oh yeah, this thing again. An influential faction of our Vlastella have been has been pushing for an end to the alliance, focusing on the province of that, which is held by Hungary. Yeah, we read this one before. Well, take that one. I don't want to lose this alliance yet. Virtual reality. Monetization, people's memories monetized, people living in data servers monetized. It's funny, but it won't be surprised we're going there. Yeah, we are going there. Remember how like the whole metaverse thing, they wanted to create like basically like real estate that you bought in the metaverse? God, I wonder what happened to all the people who own plots of land in the metaverse now that that whole thing is dead. Several families of the Vlastella have been caught sponsoring the creation of illicit art, which clearly violates the ordinances set by our religious censorship laws. Yeah, we've gotten this one before, too. Yeah, we definitely can't lose 20% satisfaction from the Vlastella or the clear. So we'll just have that exchange of hands. Or exchange of money. The Bishop of Nondorf Hirvar have objected to King Draslav II Nemanjic and the aggrandizing way he conducted the consecration of a cathedral. While he insists he is not ungrateful for the great donations we have given to the church, the bishop is questioning the use of breaking the liturgical canon to further the interests of the kingdom. Yeah, we'll lose religious influence. Probably going to play some Stellaris during my vacation. The plan are to form a little pocket empire because everyone deserves a little piece of space. There you go. Owning plot of land like every MMO since the dawn of time. Yeah, I gotta do a Stellaris run. I've been wanting to do a Stellaris run on stream for a long time. I just haven't been able to fit it into the schedule anywhere, but I would love to do a Stellaris stream. Oh yeah, they already tried that with Second Life. Yeah, I forgot about Second Life. Yeah, that basically that's what Second Life was, right? I remember I tried Second Life way back in the day, and my computer just couldn't handle the program. So like, but it wasn't like it couldn't handle it at all. It could load up, but it was just laggy and was awful. So I remember trying it and I'm like, this seems cool, but like I feel like I'm not getting the full experience here. Oh, no. Let's go over here. All right, we'll go over there. See, the other thing is, I don't really want levies to die in this war. I don't really care enough about this war. I can't believe... Wait, who is this? Mercenaries. Oh. Wait, here's my army. Why are they under that name? All right, let's hold on a second here. Where's this guy going? So did everybody else, apparently. Oh, is that just how the program worked? I tried it, but it was when it was already getting going. And I felt way behind. I'm real hit or miss with MMOs. Yeah. Yeah, I was never into those things, you know? That was never really my thing. I've always kind of been like a single player offline mode type of player when it comes to video games. So the whole like online multiplayer thing was never big on that. Okay, now we're going after Croatia. Though I suppose it should be these guys since they can reform. My MMO of choice was Final Fantasy, but mostly for the friends I played with. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's a lot different if you have a group of friends that play it, right? And any game is kind of like that. Like, for instance, I'm not really into Call of Duty. It's not really my thing. But I remember a long time ago, I had a group of friends that were into Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. So I actually ended up playing that online quite a bit. I wasn't good at it at all. I really sucked at it. Maybe that's why I don't like it as much. But it was fun because I was just playing with a group of friends. And then that group of friends kind of dissipated. We weren't really playing online anymore. And yet for a number of years I was buying Call of Duty And I would always like get the new one and I'd play it for like a couple days and be like, no. And I finally realized at one point, I don't think I actually like this game. I'm just chasing that experience I had where I had a group of friends that all played it together and it was fun. I don't think I actually like the game at all. And so I finally just stopped buying it, and I haven't bought one in a long, long time. Same, I played World of Warcraft in high school, but mostly just to play with friends. I preferred single-player games, yeah. World of Warcraft never hit like Mass Effect or Knights of the Old Republic did for me, yeah. I never fully dove into those. I've played them, and they're games that now I'm like, I need to go back and really finish those. So you were like me during that nasty period when every game had to be multiplayer oriented. Yes. Oh God. Oh God, please. I just want to play by myself. Oh my God. Yeah. Every game is, there's a period of time. Everything is like an online multiplayer thing. Everything is like a Warzone arena type of thing. And oh my God. I couldn't stand it. I just want to play offline. Well, we are at our stopping point for the night. But we did some good work tonight. We did some good work. You know, we didn't end up attacking the Ottomans, but we do have our casus belli, and we have expanded the army and everything. Economy is on pretty much a better footing. It doesn't look like it right now, but that's because we're at war. So I do really believe next episode we'll be able to go after the Ottomans. Once we get this land from the Ottomans, we switch to, or we start making a push towards humanist, away from spiritualist. And then we go after the Byzantines and Bulgaria. So, yeah. Yeah, there's content for next time. Yep, there is. Yeah, this series continues. We are not there yet. This series continues until we get the achievement. Very nice stream. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. I appreciate it. So yeah, that's going to be it for tonight. I will be back on tomorrow night. This week, Friday streams move back to its proper time in the evening, at least the evening for me. But we continue the Civilization 7 run. We're beginning the final age, the modern age. So we're near the end of the run, so we'll be doing that tomorrow. This is what I was talking about the other day with Grand Theft Auto 5. Yeah, cool game. Never had any desire to play online. I was really surprised with how much the online play blew up. Yeah, it seems to be such a massive thing. It seems to be what has been like the cash cow for Rockstar Games for a while. I tried Red Dead Redemption online because when I played Red Dead Redemption 2, that game was just so fantastic. I loved it. And so when it was done, when I finally finished it, I had that itch where I'm like, oh, I want to play Red Dead Redemption. And so I loaded up the online one. I played it for all of like maybe 20 minutes and I was like, man, I don't want to do this. You know, I just want to play an online or an offline story. But yeah, thanks for hanging out tonight, everybody. I appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see everybody tomorrow night for some Civilization 7 action. That's going to be it for tonight. Yeah, fun stream tonight. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for making it fun. Radical now I see. Now I want to say anarchist. I got to stop myself. Radical anachronist. DeWolfie, Mauricio, thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you for making the stream awesome tonight. Hopefully I'll see everybody tomorrow. And as always, be awesome, my friends. I'll see you next time.